3 years into treating Julian Vance's teeth, I got pregnant with his child. The problem? He always thought I was a man. To find the woman from that night, he practically turned New York City upside down. When he came to me with another toothache, I asked casually, "Mr. Vance, if you find her, are you planning to keep her as a sugar baby?" He rinsed his mouth and sneered, "Keep her? I'm going to ruin her." My hand shook so hard I almost dropped the drill. I handed in my resignation the next day and ran for my life. 3 months later, I was settling into a small coastal town in Maine. I was struggling to follow a pregnancy recipe for bone broth when a figure pressed against my back. A large, hot hand covered my slight baby bump. Julian's voice whispered in my ear, "Dr. Sam, didn't I tell you? If I catch her, she's finished." When the morning sickness got so bad I was nearly dehydrated, my anxiety peaked. I didn't dare go to a hospital, because a month ago, the person who spent the night with NYC's business tycoon, Julian Vance, at the Pierre, was me. Julian had hired half the private investigators in the city. I had to ask a friend from another state to mail me a pregnancy test anonymously. 2 red lines. Bright red. I'm screwed. I flushed the test down the toilet, destroying the evidence. Usually, my baggy lab coat and chest binder helped me pass as a man, but if my belly started growing, how could I hide it? I collapsed on the sofa in the staff lounge for half an hour until the door was shoved open. Julian Vance walked in. A bespoke suit accentuated his broad shoulders and long legs, but his handsome face was dark as thunder. His assistant followed, familiar with the routine. "Dr. Sam, Mr. Vance's tooth is acting up again." I cursed internally but plastered on my professional fake smile. After all, I was just an employee, and Julian was the clinic's biggest investor. He lay on the dental chair, loosening his tie irritably. "Be gentle. It hurts like hell." I turned on the overhead light. Under the glare, his flawless face looked a bit pale. "Pulpitis. Acute flare-up. You need a root canal." He grunted and closed his eyes. The anesthesia kicked in. I started working. The room was silent, save for the clicking of instruments. Suddenly, he opened his eyes. "Dr. Sam, did you lose anything at the Pierre recently?" My probe almost punctured his gums. "No. Why do you ask, Mr. Vance?" He caught my split-second stiffness and smirked coldly. "I found something interesting." He signaled his assistant to hand over a velvet pouch. Inside was a small, iris-shaped ear stud. I bought it with my first scholarship in college. Because of my male persona, I never wore jewelry. I only kept this small stud in my right ear cartilage, hidden by my hair. That night was too chaotic. I was about to relax when he added slowly, "This is a custom piece from a niche designer, one of a kind." Cold sweat trickled down my back. I forced myself to stay calm. "Just an earring, probably a knockoff, is it?" He stared at me, eyes sharp. "I have my team checking every custom jewelry record in the city." I looked at him and tested the waters. "Mr. Vance, you're going to such lengths. If you find her, are you planning a sugar baby arrangement?" "Sugar baby?" Julian looked like he heard the joke of the century. He curled his lip, staring at me gloomily. "A woman who dares to scheme against me, I'll make her wish she were dead." I've been working at this elite dental clinic for 3 years. 3 years ago, my dad's company went bankrupt, leaving an 8-figure debt. He jumped off a roof. He left me and my mom with nothing but debt collectors. To pay them off, I gave up my residency at a public hospital and accepted an offer from this private clinic. High salary, high commission. The price? I had to be a man. In this prejudiced industry, male doctors were more easily accepted by the ultra-rich clientele. Looking at the astronomical debt, I agreed without hesitation. I cut my hair, wore a binder, and kept my mask glued to my face. I became Dr. Sam. Before me, Julian had fired 5 dentists. He was picky and impossible. The director pushed me forward as a last resort. Surprisingly, I lasted the longest. We coexisted peacefully. I saw him as a walking ATM,